Am I the asshole for not forcing my parents to invite my fiance to their upcoming Christmas party? Christmas in my 28 male family is a big deal. My parents' holiday parties are pretty extravagant and beyond family. Only a select few get invites. This includes close friends and neighbors. My siblings and I can make suggestions, but it's our parents' party at the end of the day, which means their decisions are final. My parents also happen to be notoriously hard to impress. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. A few of my friends have made the invite list for the party before, but slowly as I've gotten older and lost touch with people, that list has dwindled down to just my longtime best friend and former roommate, Jordan, 32 male. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and he even worked at my dad's company for the majority of his 20s. While he's my friend first and foremost, he's clearly also a friend of the family. My parents love him and have since we met when I was 15 and he was 19. I got engaged in September after dating my fiance, 29 female, for around a year and a half. She wasn't put on the guest list last year and she didn't see it as a problem since she was busy with her own family festivities. I hadn't really put much thought into what might happen this year besides a brief mention to my parents about adding her sometime last month. As always, my parents email my siblings and I the final guest list on November 1st in order for us to look it over and give our thoughts as they finalize final numbers in preparation to send out invitations and RSVPs. As I looked over it this morning, I noticed my fiance's name wasn't on there. An important note is that the party isn't the only Christmas celebration had. I also stay with my family on Christmas night in order to open presents the next morning, and all significant others are invited to that. I told this to my fiance and she was livid. She said it was beyond disrespectful that Jordan got an invite, but she didn't, and that I needed to stand up to my parents. I told her it was their party and they had the final say, but that Christmas festivities would still happen. This just gave her time with her own family again. Am I the asshole? Edited to add, after texting them for a reason she was left out, my mom told me that multiple people had expressed distaste for her in the past, and that she was trying to minimize the amount of negativity/drama as much as she could. If I had to guess, I know who these people are. My sister and Jordan, who have both had slightly unpleasant interactions with my fiance in the past where she claimed they were both stuck up. I now feel even more caught in the middle. I don't know about you guys. This all sounds very fancy. This sounds like a Rose Christmas party before they lost everything. Now, even then, it seems like they wanted everyone there. It wasn't a small thing, it was a big thing on purpose. These folks having a very limited guest list on purpose is kind of designed to be offensive, right? It's kind of designed to be, we only accept the exclusive people. You have to be elite to get an invitation to this party. I'm sorry. Really, I am. But a couple of our elite club members don't like your fiance. They've had some run-ins with her in the past where she called them both stuck up. Can you believe it? I know, that's what I said. Unfathomable. I don't know why the fiance would get the idea that any of these people are stuck up. This is a cultural thing. Okay, microphone. Calm down. I know. You have something to say too. It's like, This is a cultural thing for him, for the OP here. He grew up like this. He doesn't know any better. It's part of his life, and he was brought up with thinking that all of this is just perfectly normal and okay. There's got to be the ability, though, when you are, I'm going to go ahead and say betrothed, so engaged. Let's assume that they're going to get married and spend the rest of their life together, which is what you're supposed to do when you're engaged. I think you have to be able to see from that person's point of view as well. And that means he's going to have to gain a deeper understanding of what her beliefs are and how she was brought up and how she views things. Because then he would be able to see how this, at minimum, is weird, and at maximum, is just stuck up and dickish. He's not an intentional asshole, but he's an asshole. So let's reference our ASCON scale and find out where exactly OP fits here. As a reminder, we'll start with ASCON 1 is the worst, and then it goes down in severity from there. So ASCON 1 is no way you should have done that. You're a terrible human being. ASCON 2 is definitely shouldn't have done that, but it doesn't make you a terrible person. ASCON 3 is you probably should have approached that differently, and ASCON 4 is you probably could have approached that differently. Maybe you're an asshole, maybe you're not. I think we're somewhere in between kind of 2 and 4. So I guess 3. You probably should have approached that differently. And I think that's probably the most accurate one that we have here. So let's say AskCon 3. Yes, you're an asshole. You're like a level 3 asshole. And level 1's the worst. So you're not terrible because you don't know any better. The point is, and why you are an asshole or an AskCon 3 asshole here, is that you should know better. You don't know better. You have to get the ability to know better by adapting to your fiance's point of view and understanding where she's coming from and seeing that how you experienced life is very different than how the average person experienced life, and clearly very different from how your fiance experienced it. So gain an understanding. Yes, you're an asshole. You're not the most severe level of asshole though. So congratulations for that.